Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I share videos on the latest tech and helpful tips. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. Now let's get started.
Unlocking the full potential of your PlayStation Classic beyond its preloaded 20 games is a straightforward process, allowing you to vastly expand your retro gaming library. Before you begin, it's crucial to understand that you should only add games you legally own, either through physical copies or digital purchases, to respect copyright laws. The primary method involves using a custom firmware solution, with Project Eris being the most popular and robust choice, evolving from earlier tools like BleemSync and AutoBleem. To start, you'll need a few essentials: a computer, a USB flash drive, preferably 32 gigabytes or larger, and the game ROMs you wish to add. The USB drive is critical. It must be formatted to FAT32 and, for Project Eris to recognize it correctly, should be labeled specifically as SONY, all caps. If your drive is larger than 32 gigabytes, you might need a third-party formatting tool, as Windows' built-in utility often restricts FAT32 formatting to smaller drives. Once your USB is prepared, navigate to the Project Eris website and download the latest stable release. This software package contains all the necessary files to modify your PS1 Classic's operating system, enabling it to read and launch games from your USB drive. Extract the contents of the downloaded Project Eris zip file directly onto the root of your Sony-labeled USB drive. Do not put it in a subfolder. The console needs to find the boot files immediately. Next, prepare your game files. Most PS1 games are distributed as .q/dop in pairs or as compressed .pbp, PlayStation Portable files. Project Eris supports both, but .pbp files are often preferred for their smaller size. On your USB drive, create a folder named Games. Inside this Games folder, you will create a separate numbered subfolder for each game you want to add. For example, 01_Crash Bandicoot, 02_Tekken 3, and so on. Place all the .q/dop in files and any associated tracks, or the .pbp file for a single game, into its respective subfolder. Ensure the .q file correctly points to the .bin files if you're using that format, as incorrect paths will prevent the game from loading. After transferring all your desired games, safely eject the USB drive from your computer. Now, power off your PlayStation Classic completely. Insert the prepared USB drive into the second USB port of your PS1 Classic, the one on the right when looking at the front of the console. This port is generally recommended due to better power delivery, especially for older or larger USB drives. If your USB drive requires more power than the console can provide, you might encounter issues. In such cases, a powered USB hub connected to the second port can resolve this. With the USB drive inserted, power on your PS1 Classic. You should see a Project Eris splash screen appear before the usual PlayStation logo, indicating that the custom firmware is loading. After a brief installation process, which only happens the first time, you'll be presented with the Project Eris main menu, which offers a much more robust interface for managing and launching your games. From here, you can browse your newly added titles, complete with cover art and descriptions, and select any game to play. If a game doesn't appear or crashes, double-check your folder structure, file names, and ensure the ROM is not corrupted. Project Eris also allows for various customizations, including RetroArch integration for advanced emulator settings and controller support. It's an active community, so keeping Project Eris updated can bring new features and compatibility improvements. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like this video and subscribe for more retro gaming tips and tutorials.